Ladies and gentlemen, I'm meadsy69. Welcome back to some more OP replays. Yes, today we have an unlikely OP replay in the VK4502A. Yes, the German Tier 8 Heavy. This used to be one of the worst tanks in the game. It used to be one of the worst tanks. There used to be no reason whatsoever to play this tank. The armor was crap, the gun was crap, the speed was crap. Everything pretty much about this tank was just awful, and there was no reason to want to play this tank. But you know, Wargaming did give it some love, and to be honest, it needed a lot of love. I think they buffed it a few times over the last few years. They gave it more armor. I think they gave it maybe more DPM as well, and it was a good buff. The tank is still not super strong like there is some other tanks in Tier 8, but it can now at least, it's capable of doing its job as a heavy tank. Now, of course, this tank isn't really known to be a super heavy Tier 8 tank. You know, it's more about the DPM, if I'm honest. The reload's very short. The alpha's a bit lower, but now it does actually have some armor, so it can actually bounce some shots. So this game, we're going to see an unusually OP game in this VK, and it is driven by Gosu Poli. And of course, I got this from Blitzstars, which is a Hall of Fame game. I do have a couple more Hall of Fames for you over the next few days, and this is where I got this replay. So, of course, if you wanted to see the replays yourself, head over to Blitzstars and just click on the Hall of Fame, and as long as it's the same update, you can also download or watch the replays there as well. So far, nothing really too special. The team are winning currently, of course, but there is some lower hit point tanks against some high hit point tanks in the enemy team. So it is currently a 5 versus 4. There goes the T43 to now bring it down to a 4 versus 4. And there goes the Tiger P. So within a few seconds, the enemy have brought it back up and they are now winning the game. But our guy here in the VK is full hit points, and he's just absolutely farming some damage from this Tiger, who just wants to sit there in the cap. Now, the best thing about these replays that you do get from Blitzstars, these are all none of them against bots, you know, because to upload a Hall of Fame, you need a minimum of 5,500 battles, which means by then you will not come up against bots, which is why they implemented that rule there, 5,500 battles if you want to upload a Hall of Fame. Some people get annoyed because they start a new account, they have a massive 9,000, 10,000 damage game against people that haven't been playing the game for a while, or for long, sorry. And yeah, they can't upload that to the Hall of Fame. So I do think it's fair. You know, you want a legit Hall of Fame, not against bots or not against extremely new players. You want it against good players. However, this game, you can see the Tiger just sitting in the cap, just absolutely getting rinsed, is probably not the best of players. So far, 2,800 damage. He has managed to bounce 660. So it's now, the work is on. It is a 2 versus 4. Of course, the Leo, no idea why he's just sat there. So again, we always go on about, when I show these replays, people always go, yeah, but he was up against a bad team. Yeah, maybe he is. You know, the Tiger 2 clearly isn't the best of players, but also you've got to remember that there is bad players on the enemy team, but equally there's bad players on his team. So, run, dog, idiots. I mean, there's only one person that he could talk to. I don't know why he's saying idiots. Of course, I don't condone that kind of behavior, and to be honest, he needs to make up for that behavior. He has to earn my respect back now and get the job done. So, of course, he's gonna now move over, and he needs to run away. He does need to run away, of course, and the best thing what he needs to do is split the team up. Now he knows if he goes this side of the map, there is that T4485 that is a one shot, so clearing him is an absolute must, and splitting the enemy team up. So there's the Tiger 2, he is away from his team, there goes the Leo, so it has now made it a lot more difficult if he's going to pull this off. There is still a couple of tanks that have a decent amount of hit points. So 870 bounces, block damage at the moment. He's on 4.2k damage. So to be fair, even if the game ends now, he's already done a good job, and he now needs his armor profile to work. So there's a shot on the Cheesy. And that's now 2 tanks down to a one shot. But of course, he needs to be very careful of the Skoda over there as well. So he really wants one of these to push, especially the T44. He needs him to push just so he can try to clear him. And look what he's doing. I mean, why stay there? That guy just staying there just could have potentially lost him the game. You know, if you're in a 3 versus 1 situation and you're in a one shot, let your teammate that's got hit points go first. Like, I find it funny watching these kind of replays, and it's just like, now, like, the Cheesy will probably be the one to push, even though he's the one that should just be waiting for the Skoda to make the push, take the hits, because he's got the hit points. But they don't do it. It's funny. But this guy, I mean, the Cheesy, at least he is doing it a little bit. So 5,500 damage done at the minute. He is getting closer. Unfortunately, don't quite get the kill there, but he's going to try again. Is he going to be able to do it? No, he's just going to be now, he's annoyed of the Cheesy because he's in the position where he could not penetrate him. But what is the Cheesy doing? Honestly, I really don't know. There's another bounce, and he does now clear that guy. But he can get killed from this Cheesy, but clearly the Cheesy isn't a great player either. But nevertheless, you know, that was still a fantastic game in a tank that you don't really expect a fantastic game from. 1,500 block damage, and he ends on 6,200 damage. So I hope you enjoyed today's replay, guys. A few noobs there, of course, I must admit. Excuse me. But it's still nice to see a high damage game in a tank that you don't normally see a high damage replay from. And look at that carry. So we talk about how bad the enemy team were, but just look at his team. Look at his team. Absolutely poor. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. I'm meadsyreplays, and I'll catch you all soon. Bye-bye. With